name is Elizabeth, and I am here today to give my presentation on Greek mythology and entertaining and informative and entertaining manner. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I hate Greek mythology. I hate school. I hate my hair. But you are in for a treat because my partner Ian.
Alright, people, are you ready to learn about Greek mythology? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Geeks! Who's with me? Scream it! Scream it! Geeks! That's cool. Alright, I know what you're doing then. You're just kind of feeling me out, yeah? Okay, I got it. So, according to Wikipedia, there are many different types of geeks. You got your physics geeks, your sci-fi geeks, your theater geeks. Oh wait, Elizabeth is a theater geek. Your physics geeks. Oh wait, did I already say that? Video game geeks, historical reenactment geeks. But this is what you gotta know.
What are you doing?
I'm giving my presentation. It rocks. Thank you. Now, your basic geek can be identified by the lack of social skills. They might have a difficult time hitting on girls. What's up?
We're supposed to be giving a presentation on Greek mythology. Greek!
And why would we do that?
Because that's what we've been studying for the past 2 months!
Seriously?
Have you been paying attention at all?
I don't pay attention to anything. I have TikTok. TikTok rocks!
Shut up. Why did I get partnered with you?
You were sick today. People were choosing partners.
Right. We're supposed to be giving a presentation on Greek mythology. All of it.
All of it?
All of it.
Dang. Okay, here's what we do. We go onto Wikipedia, we copy and paste it into our computer, and we turn it in. Bang.
Okay, first off, we are giving this presentation right now. And secondly, Wikipedia is totally unreliable. Anyone can just go in there and write whatever they want, change things around.
Yeah, you should check out the entry on you.
There's an entry on me?
I put one in last night. I think I got the basic facts right, but I still had to make a lot of stuff up. Like, I don't even know what kind of wax you use on your mustache.
Listen, doofus.
Doofus. Harsh words.
We are doing this right here, right now. All of Greek mythology, are you in?
Alright. But we gotta jazz it up a little. Like, make it interesting. And I got a few ideas. Just go with me. Hey, hold on, people.
That's not even legal in this state! You think so?
They won't even know the difference.
Alright, well, let me get my chart.
You don't need your chart.
I spent a lot of time on my chart.
You use a chart, and I walk. Simple as that.
Fine. Alright, we're all on the same page now.
Exact same page.
And we're gonna start over.
Starting over rocks.
So just, we'll be right back.
Are you ready to learn about Greek mythology?
Hold on to your seats, because in the next 2 hours you are going to be taken on a journey.
Journey.
Into the mind of the ancient Greeks.
Thrills, gyrations, aggravations, exhortations, other things. I'm talking about sons killing fathers who killed their own fathers, who had a bunch of kids that are like gigantic monsters with 25,000 heads, and they're all poisonous and eating a bunch of stuff, and it's awesome!
My name is Elizabeth, and I will be your captain. This evening. And I will be guiding you into the murky depths of Greek mythology and bringing you back out again on the other side.
And I'm Ian, the Pied Piper of Cool, the father of the fable, the legend of legends, the frontman of this band of merry misfits.
Joining us on stage,
The Dream Team! get off stage. You're supposed to be honest.
Let's calm it down for a moment, shall we? When you think about the Greeks, what do you think about? Anyone? Anyone?
Ooh, me.
What?
That musical with all the ABBA songs in it. Oh, and gyros. I think about gyros.
It's pronounced Euro. And anyway, you might be surprised to learn that they actually started Western culture. In fact, if it weren't for the Greeks, we'd just be a bunch of Romans.
That sounds awesome.
And as punishment for their contributions to Western civilization, we have been forced to learn about them for the past 2,500 years.
Not awesome.
So, for today's presentation, we will be delving into the relationship between man and myth, the creation of the world, the exploits of heroes, the nature of the universe, all intertwined on this craggy peninsula we call Greece.
Chapter 2, The Birth of Zeus, Parenting, Greek Style. At first there were the Titans, and the king of the Titans was Kronos.
My loyal subjects! Your subject. What?
Now that you've been elected king, how are you going to work harder to make life better for all the little titans out there, huh?
Next question.
Where's everybody else?
And there were many Titans, people like Prometheus, Epimetheus, and Oceanus, and another guy, and this other guy, and a guy with 100 hands, and Uranus. Uranus? Well, why not?
I don't like my name.
What's wrong with Uranus?
I said it wasn't going to be Uranus.
Boy, Uranus is doing something today.
Okay. We'll call you the Big U.
Thank you, Rhea. Now, I had a dream the other night that all of my kids would one day rise up and kill us all! Thoughts?
I've got a crazy idea. Maybe you should have kids.
Out of the question.
How about you put them in a basket and throw them outside the mountain?
Seems kind of cliche.
How about we simply raise them in a farm because with love, like rustic parental sheep?
Seriously, does anyone have a good idea?
Okay, seriously. What if, after each child was born, ate them?
That's illogical.
You want to eat my babies?
This is why women can't be in charge. They can't make the tough decisions. Eating babies it is. Nice idea, baby.
So, Kronos began an enlightened dictatorship in which he ruled over the other Titans by moral example. And every few years, Rhea would give birth to another kid, and Kronos promptly ate them.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone got any ketchup?
Now I know what you're thinking out there. This doesn't seem like a proper family relationship, but you're just looking at this through modern eyes. Back in ancient times, it was perfectly acceptable to, it was always gross.
Kronos, honey, can we talk?
Sure, honey. What's up?
Okay. This is really hard for me to say. I'd like you to stop eating our babies.
Nag. That's all you ever do.
So Rhea did the only thing she could do. They went to therapy.
That's interesting. And how do you feel about hating the children? Well, it makes me feel upset. Go on. Because he's a jerk. That's a blaming statement. We're not using blaming statements here.
You all said that.
It's okay, Kronos. It's Rhea's turn to say right now. we're making progress. Go on, Rhea. Tell Kronos how you feel. Kronos, when you eat my babies, it makes me feel. If you don't share your feelings with him, he'll never know.
Well, it makes me feel angry because a lot of work went into making those babies and you keep eating them. It just means
Keep going. It means I'm not feeling our love.
Can I respond to that?
Please, that's why we're here.
Rhea, you need to stop complaining or I'll eat you next.
No, no, backsliding. Remember we talked about our last session?
No death threats.
That's right. No death threats. Positive statements, Kronos. Positive statements.
Okay? It makes me feel good to threat.
No, Kronos.
Okay, Rhea, I know you're upset that I eat our children, but I don't feel that you respect my decision to eat them enough.
what?
Listen to him.
He's crazy.
This is what I'm talking about, Doctor. Right there. No respect.
I don't respect anyone who eats babies.
And you're not even trying to make this marriage work.
Please.
What about the time the soup was cold?
Crazy.
Seriously, where is the love? Where is the affection?
Okay, stop. Let's just calm down and try to move forward, okay? We're going to try an exercise I like to call share in kind. So here's what we do. Rhea, you share something you have called Kronos, and then Kronos, you share something you have called Rhea. Okay? Can we try that?
Sure.
Whatever. Kronos, you first. What haven't we called Rhea?
Alright. I think your sister's hotter than you.
What?
Hey, and Rhea, what would you like to share?
Fine. You know how that last baby you ate was all tough?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be the god of earthquakes or something.
Yeah, that actually wasn't a baby. That was a rock, you idiot. Yeah, and I've been raising that child ever since to kill you.
What?
Come on in, Zeus.
She's been lying to me.
Kill him, Zeus.
There has to be a healthier way to resolve family conflict.
Get him, boy.
Oh yeah, and in the middle of all this, Kronos puked up the kids he'd eaten, and they banded together. And what? I'm not making this up. This comes straight from Wikipedia. These things are kind of gross. Most of them are. Anyway, the regurgitated children formed a team, war, and eventually defeated Kronos and the Titans and banished them forever.
What's wrong?
Banishing the Tangle. That doesn't mean that I'm.
You banished him, and you two Titan marriage counselor.
Dang it.
Now I, Zeus, shall rule the world as an enlightened leader and guide, using the principles of democracy and fair play to inform my decision-making skills. And I will never introduce any mortal because that would be wrong. Hey, I don't know if you're into this kind of thing, but kind of thinking of gods.
Yeah, that lasted for all of about 5 minutes. Chapter 3. Prometheus creates man because he's lonely and desperate. Now, clearly the Greeks had some issues with anatomy. Imagine this scene.
Mommy, where do babies come from? Ask your daddy. Daddy, where do babies come from?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. There are a number of ways babies can come from. You, for instance, sprouted out of my head one day after I had a really bad headache.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why you're such a pain. I'm kidding. But seriously, you're a pain. A lovable pain. Can I put these on my head? If you're lucky. Or if you make a statue pretty enough, then if you can plant, you can have babies that way.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Or if you plant dragon tooth in soil, like babies will just sprout out of it. So I guess there's 3 ways.
Or maybe you're like a hydra, and when your head gets chopped off, another body grows up around it.
Good thing, yes. Can I babies if we chop my head off? I don't know. Let's see. And so childbearing was a process of trial and error. Because Greek knowledge of the world was, well, imperfect.
Stupid. They were stupid.
Or that. But we do have a myth which explains where humans came from. You see, once upon a time, there was a Titan. Now, he wasn't just any Titan. He was the smartest type, Prometheus.
And the smallest Titan. He got picked on a lot by other Titans.
Loser.
Someday I'll get you. Someday I'll get my revenge on all of you.
So he helped out Zeus and betrayed the rest of his people to Zeus, and all of the other Titans were thrown into a lake of fire and tortured for eternity.
Oh, wait a minute, what?
That's right. I betray you and now you're trapped in a lake of fire and you'll burn until the sun dies. And that's what happens to lilies.
I mean, this is so not fair. We're just jockeying for position in an adolescent mindset.
And now you'll be tortured for eternity.
Dang it!
But when you destroy everyone else like you, there is a little problem.
I'm sad. I wish I had someone to talk to.
Ooh, I know. Chop off your head and see if another one of you grows.
Plant your teeth in the ground.
Have a headache?
I know. I use my Boy Scout arts and craft patch to make a new man out of mashed potatoes.
I feel like I missed that one.
This is kind of gross.
It was disgusting, so he made a second human being out of clay.
Much better. I'll name you Man. Seems like a good name.
So Prometheus finally had a friend. They went everywhere together. To the beach, on long walks. They even went dancing.
Oh, whoops. Gosh, it's good to have a friend. Sorry about dropping you. It's okay, Prometheus. I love you. I love you too, man. But not in a, relationship sort of way. I understand that. So, tell me, what's on your mind? Well, man, I'm just still feeling a little low. I tell them my problems, and that's great. I just feel like I'm not getting enough out of this. What do you mean? I need more. I knew it. I knew I wasn't bad enough for you.
But he had another great idea.
That's it. You're not bad enough for me. What? No, what if you could think for yourself? What if I gave you independent life? What if I gave you fire? Fire's cool, but you have to use it responsibly. Now, Earth is responsibly. Sorry.
But where to get fire?
What's that thing up there in the sky?
A bird, a plane, the sun?
The sun. So Prometheus climbed up to the sun.
On what?
What do you mean, on what?
How did he climb up to the sun?
You know, he's cool like that.
Man, hold the ladder.
So Prometheus climbed up to the sun and lit a torch.
He lit a torch off the sun. So simple. Why didn't anyone think of it before?
And he came back down to his friend, Van.
Man, hold still. This won't hurt a bit.
And magically,
Whoa!
I'm a real boy.
Man!
Whatever.
This is so great. Now we can go to parties and go to movies.
Hey, listen, Prometheus, I don't really want to be your friend anymore.
What?
You're kind of desperate and sad. Sorry.
You've changed, man.
I'm sorry.
I love you, man. I love you.
Dude.
Go.
But you know what really takes the sting out of rejection?
nothing. Nothing takes the sting out of rejection. You hold it on your heart forever like a festering open wound, and you think, what is so wrong with me? Maybe the next man will be different. Maybe he'll see me for the real me and not be so hung up on the fact that I'm clingy. I mean, what is clingy anyway? Why does he need to talk to other people or be let out of the house? Shouldn't I be enough for him?
No. You need to see a therapist.
Thank you very much. But my therapist is always talking to other people, and I call him every day, and I need to know where he is all the time.
Anyway, no. What really takes the sting out?
I know. I'll make a new man that looks just like the old man, and then I'll dump him.
No. You see,
Hey, is it
All right, so, and new here.
I've existed since the beginning of time.
Right. It's just that, now that I'm running things, I like them to work in a certain way, you know what I'm saying? But this is tough, your kid. Ever since he's got fired, he's really become a problem for me.
Don't worry about that. I'll speak to him.
Yeah, no, it's past that point. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna chain you up to a big rock.
Obviously.
All right. Then every morning, a host of birds are gonna descend on you.
I love birds.
Right. They're majestical creatures, really, but they're gonna tear out your innards and feast on them while you're conscious.
Oh.
But it's okay. Don't worry. Your liver will regenerate and you'll be good as new in the morning.
Oh. That doesn't sound so bad.
But then they'll come back
Oh.
again
Oh.
and again and again until the end of time.
Oh.
I'm really sorry about that, buddy.
No.
All right. I'm glad we had this talk. Take him away.
Please.
Yep.
Not the birds. God.
You're the king.
So, the story of man can be read as a cautionary tale.
The imagination is dangerous, and it should never be used.
Well, that and
Don't ever get out a ladder.
it's more like don't disobey the people in charge. Ever. That's why you should listen to your parents, kids!
Or you'll be tortured for eternity.
Hey, great wisdom.
Pandora's box.
The feminist version.
Now, about this time, it was discovered that man was missing something fairly important.
I'm missing something. Let me see what I've got. Fire, that's cool.
Don't forget about animals.
Animals are cool, but I'm still missing something.
What could it be?
You know, what I could really use, there doesn't seem to be anyone around with, long hair who can do the dishes or wash clothes or cook or anything. You know what I could really use is like a trained monkey would be great.
Alright, I see where this is going. I'm about to be offended.
Of course you are. That's your role, and we love you for it.
Shut up.
Meanwhile, back on Mount Olympus, Zeus was still pretty ticked off about that whole fire-stealing thing. Who wouldn't be? So he decided to punish mankind for eternity.
Jerk.
So as a punishment for mankind, in walks,
Well, what the heck kind of animal is that?
I'm actually not an animal. I'm a woman.
It's a talking animal. It'll be good to eat.
So, the next time Zeus created a woman, he decided to send the man a dream first to give him a little warning.
Hey, Bob, what's going on?
Is that you, Mighty Zeus?
Listen, that animal you know against?
Yeah, the talking one?
Yeah, that wasn't cool, alright? I'm gonna send you another one. Don't eat her.
Alright, sounds good.
Ow!
So, the next day,
Hi, my name's Pandora, and I'm looking for this guy. I guess I'm supposed to show up here and dinner and stuff. And also, wash the clothes, clean the house, make the clothes, raise the children, provide comfort in times of trouble, be eye candy, nag you until the yard work gets done, appreciate music and fine art, whatever that is. Gosh, there's a lot here.
You sound great. Welcome to the family.
Thanks. So, what's your role in all this?
I make the decisions. It's time for dinner.
All right. Aren't you supposed to be bringing home the dinner?
My next decision is for you to never question me.
they had a beautiful relationship based on honesty and trust, and her doing whatever he wanted. I'm sorry, were you going to say something?
No, go on.
This is our culture we're talking about here. You are interfering with me telling this beautiful myth.
Hey, Pandora, make me some brownies while I sit in this recliner and watch some football. Life is good.
But unbeknownst, is that a word? Unbeknownst to man, Zeus had laid a little trap for him.
Hey, Zeus, what's that?
Nothing.
Well, it looks kind of like a box.
Nope.
Are you just gonna leave it?
I didn't leave anything.
Well, that was really strange.
Hey, Pandora, where are my brownies?
They're coming.
Hey, by the way, don't look at the box. Cool?
I guess I won't look in the box.
Yeah, I really wouldn't look in the box if I were you. There's like probably nothing in there. Nothing at all. Well, maybe. But nothing like cool, like jewelry or emeralds, big piles of gold, rubies. Okay. I'll be right outside. Don't look in the box.
Oh my god, I wonder what's in the box.
And because she was weak and greedy and curious and all those other horrible things, she opened the box. And out popped
It's all the evils in the world. I've lost all mankind forever. It's all my fault.
out popped death and war and disease and boy bands and the lack of a playoff system for college football and juniors parking in senior lots and all the other things that are horrible and wrong with the world. So in conclusion, it's all the woman's fault. Let's do a little sharing moment with the audience. How about all the women in the audience say, I'm sorry, I am what's responsible for everything wrong in the world? Can we try that?
No! Hey, this is ridiculous!
I'm just going by the stories, lady. No need to loose your evil speech upon me.
Okay, first off, maybe it's Zeus's fault for stuffing all of the evils into a box in the first place, and since Zeus created Pandora to fail, maybe he should be responsible for her actions. She was only like, what, 3 days old? Are parents responsible for their kids at 3 days? And clearly, man is just sitting on his butt doing nothing all day. Maybe he's responsible.
Don't listen to her. She's using evil female logic.
And in the fourth place, don't you think it's likely that a guy thought of this story just to explain to his wife why she needed to do the dishes one day? It probably went something like this.
Hey, woman, do the dishes.
I'm tired and I cleaned the whole house already.
Yeah, yada, yada, yada. Did I ever tell you why we died? It's all your fault. Do the dishes.
Oh my gosh, I guess it's all my fault, isn't it? I'll do the dishes as punishment.
See, what a bunch of bull.
Fine. You tell the story then.
I will. I think it's high time we...
It probably won't be as good because you're clearly inferior.
You're pushing it, buddy. But what if we look at this in a different way, from a feminist perspective?
You?
Let's replay the story as if it were a made-for-TV movie on the Oxygen Network.
What is that?
It's television for women who do this.
They have television for women? What will they think of next?
Anyway, can I get some background music, please? They seemed like the perfect suburban couple.
I love you, honey.
I love you, honey.
Shall we play tennis this weekend to show the audience that we're a perfectly normal couple?
I think we shall.
They were a couple who played tennis together on weekends.
Love 30. I said love.
Oh, how ironic. Shall we go to the beach this weekend to show the audience that we're a perfectly normal couple?
I think we shall, honey. Don't forget the sunscreen.
Oh, I won't forget the sunscreen.
I hate risking cancer tomorrow.
Oh.
Our perfect life together.
They were laughed together, played together, and didn't have a care in the world. But then, at a dramatically convenient point in the story, it all changed.
Hey, honey, what's that?
It's a box. I bought it from a strange man at a flea market.
How mysterious. Where do you think it came from?
Why are you asking so many questions about the box?
I'm not. I just...
Don't talk about the box, okay? Don't.
So, where do you think the box
I said don't talk about the box! I'm sorry. I raised my voice. I just need some alone time with the box.
Their life changed. It grew stormy, which is symbolized by stormy weather.
Honey? Would you like some dinner?
No thanks.
I'm making chicken myself.
Stop nagging me, woman.
Yes, we can eat it with my...
You're tearing me apart!
How could you, if your husband was no longer the man you married, but someone else?
Honey? Hey, can we talk?
No.
I know you've been having a rough time.
Please, leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
I think you're spending too much time with the box.
Now the truth comes out, doesn't it? You're jealous of the box.
I'm not jealous of the box.
Liar!
What's in the box anyway?
Leave the box out of this. You don't understand it. You don't love it like I do.
You love it?
It's so hard to understand. She listens to me. She understands me.
What could she do?
I've made the decision myself. It's time for you to be killed.
One more move, and the box gets it.
You wouldn't.
Try me. Drop the spoon. Drop it. I'm not gonna be replaced. You hear me? Not by someone younger, boxier, and made out of wood. I love you, man. And I love this marriage. And this is not coming to stand between us!
You did it!
Never!
Don't let go! No, please. Adora, I was blind. I love you, I do. Please don't die. Oh, what a cruel lesson I've learned. I've taken married love for granted. And now, like all men who take married love for granted, I am doomed. Doomed, I tell you. Darn you, Bucks. Darn you to heck.
All people in the world, like professional wrestling, labor pains, migraine headaches, clothes from the 70s, and Mainland's block day classes emerged. The end. Chapter 5. The inappropriateness. So...
Hey, I just talked to the administration, or rather, was yelled at by the administration. It seems they don't like the inappropriateness of the myths.
Right. The one about babies was in poor taste. I didn't mean that as a pun. Babies. I'll just shut up now.
So, what we're going to do for you now, just to get a taste of those myths which are far too inappropriate to be understood by you.
I mean, you can read them in class and go to the library and check out books and everything.
But who's going to do that? So, we're going to do a lightning round.
Lightning round! And at each point in the story where we reach the stage that it becomes inappropriate, we'll just skip to the next story. Got it?
Got it. Okay, so one day Zeus was wandering around on a field when he spotted the maiden Leda.
Look, some flowers. How hard nothing.
And Zeus decided that she was quite lovely, so he decided to transform himself into a swan and...
Inappropriate.
One day, Aphrodite was bored,
I'm bored.
and her husband Festus was away at the forges, and along came Hermes.
Inappropriate.
On another occasion, Zeus was wandering around in a field, minding his own business, and he decided to transform himself into a bull.
Inappropriate.
Another day, Aphrodite was...
Inappropriate.
Zeus found himself in a pair of track shorts.
Inappropriate.
And that's how Medusa came to be.
Chapter 6. The labors of Hercules, intern god.
Moving on. Now, I know what you're thinking.
I'm pretty cool. How do I become a god?
Well, you don't just get to become a god, you have to earn it.
Earn it.
Exactly. Take Hercules, for instance. He had a whole internship process before he could become a true god.
Well, why was he a true god? I thought he was the son of Zeus.
All right, that's enough. Thanks.
Well, his mother was...
This is a personal family affair. I appreciate it if you kept your nose out of my business.
Who are you talking to?
Nobody, sweetheart. There's nobody here saying things that true, depending on what your version of truth is. Let's go.
Let's just say poor Herc was a demigod.
Are you sure it's not semi-god?
My god, trust me.
Who was Hercules' mother anyway?
I cannot comment on an ongoing investigation. What? Don't judge me.
So, getting back to our story, Hercules, the infant god, he had kind of a rough child. Oh my god, but I don't know. Anyway, he was growing up.
Hey, Hercules, wanna wrestle?
Sure.
Look at my dad.
I'm gonna get my
You
dad.
can't beat up my dad.
My dad can.
So, he didn't have many friends. Or if he did, they often lady named Alchemy.
I have never met this woman in my entire life. I just wanted to make things clear. There are a lot of lies going on right now, okay?
Mother,
Yes, sweetie.
why am I so different than all the other kids?
Oh, you're just special, darling.
I know, but sometimes they make fun of me, and that makes me sad.
Then what do you do when you're sad?
I throw boulders at their legs and I break all the bones.
Okay, let's have a talk.
Oh, so, you know how I told you your father was a toga salesman from Sparta named Stan?
Yeah.
And how he left us after you didn't do very well on your spelling homework?
Yeah.
And how he was ashamed of us and would rather have killed himself than been a part of this family largely because of you?
Yeah, that hurt.
Your father was not a toga salesman.
Really?
Yeah, this is, kind of hard to say.
Well, no, something right there. I came here from a different planet and I landed here on an asteroid. I've been bit by a radioactive possum and I have super possum powers.
That's not a thing.
You've been injecting those steroids.
Okay, your father's Zeus. Okay, your dad is Zeus. Jesus.
So, armed with new confidence,
Kneel before me, worms! I'm the son of Zeus, the god of awesomeness. Kneel!
his self-esteem improved remarkably, even in counseling sessions.
So, Hercules, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Hercules.
It says here Hercules. Anyways, Aaron asked me to discuss how you might want to go to food service as a career option.
I am done with food service. I'm the son of Zeus. Kneel before me.
Well, I'm not sure there are any career options in that field, but
The son of Zeus does not need career options.
well, I'm looking at your SAT scores, and we thought about an online college. It's a great way to see how you're getting a college education without actually having to do anything.
Never.
Well, as a guidance counselor, I'm required to tell you, I don't think you're gonna amount to anything. That way, if you do, it'll make your story more inspiring. And if you don't, and you move on, it'll prove that.
But even with his high self-esteem, Hercules still had troubles. At night, he would pray to his father for guidance.
Are you there, Zeus? It's me, Hercules. Listen, I just want to thank you for the super strength and everything. The other day, I arm wrestled a bear. It was awesome. But you see, this is really hard to say, but me and Mom, we haven't really been receiving child support from you, so, you know, you could, like, send down a golden temple or, like, a bunch of fatted cats. That.
Hercules!
Who goes there?
It's me, Zeus.
Papa?
Yes, I am your papa.
Is there a range in my prayer?
I just called to tell you to quit whining.
What?
It's seriously pretty annoying. I can't get anything done up here without listening to you. Go on and on about how you don't have any food or anything. Cut it out.
You dirtbag! I had to go without a dad, man. Why don't you love me?
Do you want a list?
How can I make you love me?
You want to know how to earn your father's love?
Please!
Get a job! Zeus out!
Good job? Dad, what job? Dad.
So began the quest of Hercules,
Also known as the 12 Labors of Hercules.
also known as I'm telling this one, so shut up.
Geez, sorry. Hey, I didn't complain when you messed up the Pandora story.
I did not mess up the Pandora story.
Sure. Right.
Anyway, getting back to the 12 labors of Hercules, intern god. Job number 1, office work.
Hi, I'm here for the executive assistant job.
Are you really the club system?
Yeah.
You are.
No, that was a lie.
Well, I'll tell you what it is.
Lies! I'll tell the spelling to the ground!
Job number 2, masseuse.
I'm so tense. Holidays are really stressful, you know. Can I maybe get like a Swedish massage like shiatsu?
Swedish?
Great.
Job number 3, TV news reporter.
Well, I'm sure all those kids will love to see their new home once it gets filmed. They don't have to live in the box anymore. So, what's going on the freeways?
Let's check in with Hercules.
Thanks, Pat. It's a doozy out here with a lot of cars.
Okay, there's a lot of cars. Brilliant observation, Hercules.
Was that sarcasm, Pat?
No, Hercules. I was just commenting on the amazing brilliance of your observation.
I'm coming down to the studio and I'm gonna rip your face off.
Job number 4. Dance captain for a big budget musical.
Follow me, everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll smash all of you.
Job number 5.
Wait. All this, I'm super strong. You want to just be funny if I just smash everyone? It's garbage. I'm not the Incredible Hulk.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm a complex character, okay? I have dreams. I have goals. I have aspirations.
Fine. What do you want?
I want the audience to get to know the real me, the Hercules behind the muscle, in my own words. You mind?
No. Go ahead, I guess.
Making some background music sound good? Thanks. Oh, that this too solid flesh with thaw, melt, and resolve itself into a human. Oh, that the everlasting nothing, his cabinet gets self-slaughtered. Oh, God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of the world. Fie on it! Fie! Out we can go. Life is but a walking shadow, a forward player that struts and frenches out upon the stage of innocent. No more. It is a tale told by a fool, full of sound and fury, signifying a new age, an age of Hercules. For I will stop and slice you to bits. Yes! I will tackle bears and clean up stables and haul heavy machinery because I am strong like a mountain of muscle. Ah! Thank you, you can stop me now.
Job number 5. Shakespearean actor.
Hercules!
Angels and ministers of grace defend us.
We've been watching your performance in Olympus.
What did you think?
Cut it out!
What?
Look, you're super strong. Use that. Go join a superhero team or something.
That sounds scary.
Tell you what, because I love you,
You love me?
because I love you, you'll never die.
Wait, seriously?
So don't say I never gave you anything. Zeus out.
In your face, mortals, Hercules can never die. Yes! Go me! Oh, man, I'm bored now. Does anybody know of any good superhero teams around here?
Chapter 7. Jason and the Argonauts.
The original Super Friends.
Meanwhile, elsewhere in the Mediterranean, things were afoot.
Big things.
Big things were afoot. A team of heroes had been assembled, convicted for crimes they did not commit. They'd escaped from a maximum security prison near Sparta and operated on a secret ship somewhere in the Aegean Sea. Still wanted by the government, they exist as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire Jason and the Argonauts.
No, wait, stop. I thought of a better one. In the great ship of the Argos, there are assembled the world's 4 greatest heroes. Hercules, the incredibly strong son of Zeus. Orpheus, master of music. Atalanta, extremely fast chick. And Jason, he's just some guy. And they were joined by 3 junior members, the Wonder Twins, Castor and Pollux. And Gleek, the Space Monkey.
Whoa! Hold on. I am not a space monkey.
Their mission to fight for justice, to right all wrong, and to serve all mankind.
Hey, hold on. I'm not a space monkey.
Jeez, what's your name?
Euphemus?
You're not on here.
I'm a part of the team.
What's your superpower? I speak in euphemism? That's not fun. Get out. You're off the team.
I was also bit by a radioactive sheep. Does that count?
No.
Fine. Maybe a zombie later on then?
Sure, whatever.
And if I could, can I correct the whole like fighting for truth and justice thing? We don't do that.
Don't?
No, we're more of like a band of self-serving independent agents whose only goal is to acquire wealth, seduce island women, and make me king. More like pirates.
I'm not seducing anyone.
Fine. Whatever. Now, I'm sure all of you are familiar with the tale of Jason and the Argonauts.
Oh, I know that one. That's the one where there's like the flying horse is like woo-doo. You're like, oh, I'm galloping away. Oh, and then there's like the guy and he's like, oh, Medusa.
No. Just no.
What? Okay, is that the one where there's like the golden fleece?
There you
Oh,
go.
oh yeah. And then they like do stuff to get it.
If I may, Jason and the Argonauts is a story that everyone thinks they know, but they have no clue how it actually goes. So let's help out, shall we?
Sure. Meanwhile, on the Argos.
I have a petition here for a guy trying to become a member of this gang.
What's his power?
Wears dark clothing, utility belt, mask, goes by the name of Batman.
Sounds a little too goth for me.
Hey, I resent that.
Anything else new?
I've written and sat at home to express my feelings.
No more poems! Anyways, we have a couple of requests from fishing villagers about sea monsters, but the only one I'm interested in is getting the golden fleece and making me king.
So the only thing we're doing is making you king?
Yeah, but how?
Let's do what we always do. Ask the computer.
No more computer! Okay, computer. How do we acquire the golden fleece? It says here we need to single-handedly defeat an army and fight a sleepless dragon. Cool.
So, they set sail for Minos. Their first challenge was rolling the boat out onto the stage. Their second challenge was locking all of the wheels of the boat into place. Their third challenge, getting the boat to withstand their weight so that it doesn't explode. Their fourth challenge, harpies!
Harpies! What the heck are these things? I just said they were harpies. Were you listening?
Fun fact, the word harpy can also be used to describe a nagging woman. Like my ex-girlfriend. She was always like,
Are you ever planning on vacuuming in here? This place is gross. I'm serious, it's totally gross in here. And take out the garbage while you're at it, and do the dishes. You're not that nice, are you?
I can't take much more of this. Wonder Twins, you know what to do.
Wonder Twin powers, activate! Shape up, bucket of water.
Form up, giant eagle. Squawk, squawk! Be gone, harpies! I'm watching football all day!
Thanks, Wonder Twins. You really saved us there.
No problem.
But they couldn't rest, for now they faced the sirens.
Hey, fellas. Come on over here.
I'm coming, Jesus.
Stop! They're going to kill you!
Don't care, they're so cute.
Men. Orpheus, can't you try to be at least a little bit useful?
What's that? Sorry, I wasn't listening. Hey, ladies.
We're twins.
Orpheus, snap out of it!
You're right. I got this. No. I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm so sad.
all the sirens stopped singing and started listening to him because, come on, he was just that hot.
We love you. Call us.
Call us.
I love you too.
Pretty in a manly way.
Hey, what are you doing tonight?
Nothing.
Because if you're not doing anything, maybe we could have a race.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And if you win, you get to marry me. But if you lose, I kill you.
Stop this banter. Look, it's the next challenge.
It was the island of lonely single women.
Yay!
Hey, fellas, what's going on? We're just a bunch of lonely, single women over here. Anybody up for some cuddling?
There is no island of lonely single women.
I'm seriously not making this up. Look,
This is ridiculous.
their husbands were all cheaters, so in the middle of the night they got together and killed them all.
We are looking for commitment.
We gotta get out of here.
Ah,
That was a close one.
You can say that again.
That was a close one.
The next island held a princess, Medea.
Hey there, Argonauts.
Hey, Medea.
Can I hang out on your boat?
Sure, but your name sounds like familiar. Medea. It's not the name of a Greek tragedy or something?
You're imagining things. I love you.
I love you too, and I'm sure there won't be any negative consequences from this relationship.
Okay, stop. You know I love a good epic as much as the next person. But it seems like all this story is a bunch of womanizers sailing around and fighting girls.
I know, it's awesome.
Isn't there something they can do besides that?
Well, okay.
By the way, my dad is king here, and he's the one guarding the police. He's got a whole army that's gonna fight you.
We can take them.
Luckily for you, I'm a witch.
Don't say that, sweetheart.
No, I'm a serious witch.
I always thought that you were a witch.
Jealous much? Anyways, I have an enchanted dragon tooth which you can plant in the soil, and will grow 1,000 warriors to fight for you.
What do you ask for in return?
Your eternal love.
No problem.
So Jason planted the tooth, and out popped a zombie! And another zombie! And another zombie!
Zombies?
They're beautiful.
And more zombies, until there were 1,000 zombies, and they ate the king's army.
Aha, I'm Jason. I rule a zombie army.
Right?
Oh, one small detail. You can't turn them off, and they only know how to kill. And you don't control them.
Right.
Argonauts, assemble!
It's cooperative time.
Wonder Twin Powers, activate! Shape up, bucket of water.
Form up Tyrannosaurus Rex!
And
Oh, it's the lady of the captain. We can't take them.
Castor, get in there!
I can't. I'm a bucket of water. Jason, I have an idea. I can run really fast. I can run really, really fast. I can run so fast. I run into the future and steal a book and figure out how to kill the zombies.
That sounds logical. Do that.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute.
Okay. So it says here that all we need to do is throw a coin in the middle of them and they'll kill each other fighting for it.
Great, now who has a coin?
I do, but I'm a bucket of water.
Hercules, do you have any money?
Not giving you any money.
A little bit of that. No, throw a coin in the middle of the zombie.
Oh.
That was wonderful, darling.
He didn't even do anything.
I love
I
you.
love you too.
Now the last challenge is to defeat the sleepless dragon that guards the fleas. But you can't fight it.
Wanna bet? Wonder Twin Powers, activate! Shape up, bucket of water.
Form up dragon slightly larger than that dragon!
Wait. Stop. Can I be the dragon this time? Don't be silly. You're turning into shapes, and I turn into forms. But it seems like the only thing I can turn into is a bucket of water when you can turn into monsters and stuff. It's not fair.
You know what's really not fair? Check it out. I'm immortal, and you're not.
What?
Yeah, see? Because my dad is Zeus, and your dad was just an ordinary mom. But we're twins with different dads. How does that work?
And once again, the Greek knowledge of where babies comes from shines through.
Moments later, back at the Argos.
We defeated the army, conquered the dragon, got the golden fleece, and now we're sailing for home. Mission accomplished.
My dad is a little bit ticked that you killed his entire army with zombies. He's chasing us down with his fleet.
What do we do?
Lucky for you, I kidnapped my little brother. So, in order to slow my dad down, I'm gonna chop off all his fingers and toes and scatter them in the water. My dad will have to take a lot of time tracking them down, and we can escape. Cool? Cool.
What? That?
So, the Argonauts made it back with the fleece, Jason became king, and he married Medea, and they lived happily ever... well, not happily ever after.
You can read about it in this play by Euripides, Medea.
Yeah, I bet that's fun.
You know what? I just had an idea. Just for kicks, let's do that one, and then let the audience go to the bathroom.
Do we have to?
It's actually required by law or whatever.
Seriously?
But to make it more fun, we're gonna do it as a mime.
Oh, score!
Moral of the story.
Don't marry a witch. And we're taking a 15-minute break.
Then come on back for Act 2. Trust me, there's plenty more where this came from.
Except no more mime.
Yay!
Chapter 8. Greek bedtime stories.
Welcome back, everyone.
Let's get right back into it, shall we? Are you ready, actors? Well, while they're trying to figure out how to type their togas, let's examine the purpose of the myths. Why were they telling them?
They were telling them to perpetuate a male-dominated hierarchy in which women could be subjugated and controlled.
You and your crazy feminist stuff. Nope, they were bedtime stories.
Bedtime stories.
Exactly. And sometimes when he wanted kids to go to sleep and not talk back, he told them a story like this. The myth of Linus.
Oh, Papa, please tell us a story. Please, sir. We'd be ever so grateful.
All right, kids, what do you want to hear?
Hear about Hercules, please. No, I want to hear the one about Zeus and his track pants again, huh?
No. Daddy has a special story for you tonight. The story of Linus.
Isn't he that kid from Peanuts?
No, you're ruining the magic. Stop it. Now, children, Linus was a music teacher.
Oh, how wonderful.
I like this story.
And Linus had one very special student, Hercules.
Oh, Hercules. Hercules is ever so wonderful. Do go on, Papa.
Well, Hercules was very strong, but and Hercules didn't like to be criticized, so he killed him. The end. Go to bed, kids.
Perhaps Mommy should tell you a bedtime story.
Oh, please do, Mama. I like bedtime stories ever so much.
Well, we have a very special story for tonight.
I've been lost in it. Oh, does it have a minotaur?
No. This is a story about Maurice's. And
Never
one
heard of him.
day, shut up. And one day he discovered a flute.
Oh, how wonderful.
And Maurice's was an excellent flautist.
Oh, joy. Can I be a flutist too, Mama?
Well, darling, if you pronounce it flutist, everyone will laugh at you. It's flautist. Oh, don't worry, no one expects much of you.
Yeah. Can I be a flautist, Mama?
Yes, darling. Now, Maurice's played his flute, and he flouted his flute, and he was so wonderful
Oh, how I love wonderful people.
that he challenged the god Apollo to a flouting contest. Well, I wonder who won. Apollo won, dear. He's a god. Don't be stupid. And as punishment for his impertinence, he killed him. Actually, children, he didn't kill him. He had him flayed alive. Go to bed.
That's all right, children. Daddy has another story for you.
We were just heading to bed. Yeah.
Okay. So, in conclusion, most bedtime stories ended with the phrase, "and so he was killed." The Greeks were a horribly traumatized people. Chapter 9, Icarus, I Can Fly.
Sort of. Speaking of horrible trauma, there was once an inventor named Daedalus. And he invented things like,
My time machine. What?
no.
Now the very atoms are at my disposal. I shall use this to discover.
You.
I told you I'm not taking visitors, woman.
Don't you woman me.
It was his wife, who was named Sue.
Sue, I told you I was busy.
Now, as we learned previously, women were a curse upon mankind, and
Stop it. Get off the stage.
I'm just going by the story.
Just tell 1 minute without you interrupting.
Fine, I just thought you might need some help because you're inherently inferior.
Anyway, back to Sue.
I can't live like this anymore. Every night you're in your office doing Zeus knows what, building things, inventing things.
I invented a clockwork hour.
I don't care anymore. What happened to the man that I married? The man with a strong chin, soft fingers, and a fake Italian accent. What happened to him? What about your family? When was the last time you even spoke to your son?
We have our son.
He's 15 years old.
Whoa, seriously? Better send him on a downer because I need a new assistant since my hunchback retired.
He's not working for you. He's staying with me and studying needlepoint. He had to grow up without a father. What do you expect out of him?
I wasn't saying anything.
Do you even know his name?
Geez, I learned about him 15 minutes ago. You already expect me to know his name. Listen, Sue, the reason things haven't been working out so well is because deeper down, I really only care about me and my inventions. I don't care about you or little
Icarus.
Icarus. What a terrible name! I would have never named him that. I bet he gets made fun of at school all the time. Icarus, there's an Icarus. Listen, Sue, the reason our marriages are so terrible is because your standards are way too high. If you set them way down, we would have a wonderful marriage. How about it?
How about what?
What?
How about what?
What are you saying?
No, I'm asking you how about what?
Huh?
Are you even paying attention to me anymore?
Who?
Yeah, Queen is here to see you.
Je m'appelle Marie-Antoinette. Parlez-vous français?
Your Majesty.
Rise, peasant scum.
Thank you so much.
I come seeking the inventor named Daedalus.
It is I, Your Majesty.
Groovy.
How may I be of service?
Well, 'tis a funny story. Woman, prithee, get me some tea. Nice wife you have. Excellent childbearing haunches, yes?
Who?
The girl, what's her name? I need you attendant. Unimportant. Now, let us say that I am here for a friend who is an imaginary queen. And this imaginary queen is married to an imaginary king. And this imaginary king is very unfaithful, and he sired forth an imaginary bastard. And this child is, how shall we say, monstrous.
A monstrous child.
Precisely, bingo.
Is he a land monster or a sea monster?
Goodness, no. What do you take me for? The child is half human, half bull.
That sounds more like an abomination to me.
Oh no, he's quite monstrous, we checked. We named him Minotaur, and now all he does is go around killing villagers and burning their villages to the ground. It's really quite terrible business. I suppose I never should have given him that axe for his 5th birthday, but I'm just so terrible at saying no. He's so cute with that little ring through his nose and all that, stomping about and slaying the peasants. Are you a father?
I don't know.
It's the most worthwhile pursuit in life. Imprison myself for eternity, please.
Like a giant playground sort of thing.
Yes, except with more giant spikes.
And a radioactive poisonous rods with the spikes on every angle. And you can put them on the wall.
Oh, yes, that all sounds very well and good.
And you can put the helicopter blades on the back and they can fly around and be on the wall.
Yes, let your imagination run wild.
Poisonous, radioactive.
Just get it done, will you? And lose the fake accent.
Yes, right. My fault. And what will my payments be?
What? I didn't hear you.
Payments?
What?
Money?
Sorry.
What am I getting paid here?
You're breaking up.
How about you?
Must be a tunnel down cell phones. Goodbye.
So, with the resources at his disposal and utilizing brilliant inventive mind, Daedalus created
It's alive!
A big maze.
My big maze, it's alive!
But then he realized something.
He had built it around himself.
Hey, does anybody know how to get out of here? Shoot.
You see, Daedalus was academically gifted, but he wasn't all that street smart. It happens. Right, Elizabeth?
What?
Exactly. I guess you could call him a Greek geek.
Anyway, after 2 years, he made it out.
Honey, I'm home!
Oh, you.
Funny story, actually. I was building this maze for the queen, and I just happened to say, who is this?
Honey, this is Bob.
Ah, what's up?
This is awkward. No, it isn't. I've left you.
For who?
For Bob.
What's up? For Bob? Stop saying it. What's up?
You see, Bob is a very sensitive man, but he's also very, very stupid. And I find that appealing.
This is, what is, after all those years of just pretending to care about your feelings and all that garbage, you just up and leave me for this guy? No. Never. I'm taking the ball.
Icarus!
What up?
employed him as an assistant in his lab.
Come here, boy. Come here.
Icarus.
Whatever. Just lay down and try not to feel too much pain.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna cut your feet off and apply duck flippers.
I don't want duck flippers.
You don't want duck flippers. I'll never understand kids these days. Back in my day, everyone wanted duck flippers. Fine. How about I just drill a hole in your head and make a railroad?
No, thank you.
Ear antlers, an elephant trunk, a tail.
No.
Fine. How about wings?
Wings?
You know the things that birds have?
Yeah, I know. Wings sound great.
Wonderful. I'm just gonna have to cut your arms off.
Why?
More fun for me one day. Fine. I'll just attach them to your shoulder blades. Is that better, you little wuss?
Yes.
So Daedalus built a pair of wings out of wax.
Do you think it's smart to make them out of wax, Dad?
Shut up.
So Daedalus built the wings out of wax, and he attached them to Icarus.
I can fly!
Fly, boy. Fly.
I can fly!
Perhaps wax wasn't the greatest of ideas. Oh,
No, it wasn't exactly the best idea, because you see, the sun was hot that day.
I can fly higher than an eagle. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my crop. They're melting. Ah!
I guess you shouldn't have flown higher than an eagle.
As I'm falling to my impending and rather messy death, I'd like to take a moment to explore one of the themes of tonight's show. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Isn't the theme of tonight's show that women are responsible for everything wrong in the world? And you're right. That's a pretty powerful theme in Greek mythology. But there's more. And this one, I'd like to call Know Your Place. Now, look at my wings. They're a symbol. Let's call them man's dreams. And let's call the sun the unyielding, uncaring steamroll of reality. So, here I have my dreams. I'm flying. It's beautiful. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, look at me, Dad. I'm flying. And I come in contact with the unyielding, uncaring steamroll of reality. Bam. No more dreams. I fall to my death. So, the lesson to take from this is, don't try for too much in your life. Ah, splat.
I can't help feeling partially responsible for that. Oh well.
Well, pretty bleak.
The best myths are.
Chapter 10. Destroy all monsters! Well, to take our minds off all that, it's time for our beloved game show, Destroy All Monsters! In this section of the play, we, the actors, will test you, the audience's ability to identify the monsters of Greek myth using only your brains.
Only your ears!
Only the ear portion of your brains. So, I'm going to need a volunteer. Can I get a volunteer from the audience, please? Anyone, come on. You don't have to be distracted to get on stage, don't worry.
Anyone? Alright, how about you? Come on, don't be shy. Come on up to the stage. Alright, what's your name? Let's give it up for Kaden, everybody! Alright, now we're gonna explain the game.
Destroy all monsters!
Yes, that is the name of the game.
Destroy all monsters!
Our actors are going to make the sound of a famous monster from Greek mythology, and you have to name them. It's simple. A child can do it. You might be able to handle it.
To make it a little more difficult, we're going to blindfold you. And then we're going to stick you in a soundproof booth.
Question: if he's blindfolded in this soundproof booth, how is he going to be able to hear the monster?
I think it's a little late to ring your problems right now, okay? We'll do a sample one right now. Are you ready, actors? All right then. Name this monster! What is it? I'm sorry, that is not correct. The correct answer was Argos, the 100-eyed monstrosity who watched over Zeus's mistress Io, was eventually slain by Hermes, had his eyes plucked out, placed on the feathers of a peacock. Come on, these are easy. Oh, well, you're not going to do very well this show then. Because we're federally mandated, we are going to show that simply increasing the stakes of the test will automatically improve scores.
Amazing how this works. Your tax dollars at work.
So, the next time that you're incorrect, the monster will appear and eat you.
Okay, they're not actually gonna eat you.
Yeah, it's just like a poison that's injected into you to give you the appearance of death. And then after you're dead, you can be brought back as a zombie. Don't worry about it. Okay, well, just...
You're not supposed to think. Okay.
Yeah, just go away.
Take him away.
Okay, now that he's gone, it's time for us to do a little something different. Audience, you're going to be one of the monsters, the Chimera. Now, as you all know, the Chimera...
Pronounced Chimera.
Shut up! You got 3 heads, okay? You got a dragon head. This section is going to be my dragon head! So, when I point to you, audience, roar. Okay, audience, roar!
Oh, come on. That was me. Come back to later.
Now, the middle of you here, you're going to be the goat section. You are the lame section of the monster. Sorry. So you make a,
That's a sheep.
Goat. What sound does a goat make?
Are there any goat farmers in the audience?
Goat farmers. Scream. That was the honest answer.
Anyone
You
own
do it in your
goats?
free time.
Okay, alright.
Well, how about like a bleat?
There we go.
Yeah, like you just say bleat or something. Okay, bleat! That works, okay. Now, this final section is going to be the lion head. So when I point to you, just like roar. Roar!
2 of the heads make the same sound.
I failed to see your points.
You can't have 2 of the heads make the same sound. That's stupid.
You're stupid. If you're so smart, what sound does the dragon head make?
How about,
Not so smart now, are you?
okay, how about they just say dragon? Okay, so you guys over here, when I point to you, you say dragon. Got it? There we go.
What? That is so lame.
Just go with it, okay?
Fine, let's bring our contestant back out here. Oh.
Watch your step there.
Alright, can you see anything? Can you see anything now? Perfect.
Are the monsters ready?
Alright then, name this monster! What is it? Come on, give it a shot. What was that?
Did you say the Hydra? That's actually right! That's actually right!
Wow, did not expect that. Alright, time for monster number 2. Ready, audience? Want to hear it again? Want to reverse it? Any ideas? Yes, that's, yep.
Okay.
Wow. you sure you don't have like...
Did you say the Chimera? Yes! Alright!
It's actually pronounced chimera with a hard K. Chimera.
Shut up.
Okay, whatever. Let's bring our third monster out here. Third monster, go!
Name that monster!
I'm sorry, that's not correct. The correct answer was Mothra. It's like a giant moth that ate the world around 800 BC. The sound you heard was his echolocation sonic boom. Now, since you failed the test, you're going to be punished. Take him away. Oh.
Anyone else want to play? Nope. Okay then!
Chapter 11, Orpheus and Eurydice.
The first emo love story. Well, that brings us to the most beautiful love story of all time.
Which, because this is Greek, ends in a horrible, horrible death.
Happily!
In horrible, horrible death.
Now, if you remember this guy from before, Orpheus. He's sensitive, he's into music, he's a little emo, but that's cool, because a girl could kind of go for that. He's got magical powers, everything you'd want in a guy.
Not immortal.
Except for that.
I thought I was immortal.
Nope, half-gods are not immortal.
Except for Hercules. He sucks.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry to break this to you, Orpheus, but you are a demigod. A lesser god, if you will. A god that showed up because your dad was mixing it up with immortals, if you know what I mean.
This is why I'm depressed. My father was never there when I was young. The only thing I got is my music. My music and dark clothing.
But then one day, a new girl moved to town, Eurydice. So, I'm new in town.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
If I was a dying man in the desert, I'd trade, or with the heat of 1,000 suns burning upon my back, I'd trade a cool lake of water for 1 second to gaze upon you.
Okay, well, I'll see you later. But like any great love story, they had a problem. In this case, his father, Apollo.
What were you doing with that mortal girl?
Why do you care, Dad?
Because I want what's best for you? I found this great news. She's spunky, a little drunk. I know you like that kind of thing.
Stay out of my love life.
I'm your father.
You're not my father. You're just some jerk who shows up every once in a while and then goes back to being a son. Well, I hate you. I hate you, huh? Why do you think I wear black clothing, huh? Huh?
You're just going through a phase right now. What the moon?
Shut up. Just shut up. I'm gonna go write my journal.
Why don't you do it outside? You can get a tan.
Never.
The next day,
Hey, Orpheus.
Hi.
What are you doing tonight?
I was going to fall asleep so that I might have the briefest touch, or briefest chance to dream of your touch upon my skin, or that you might love me in the cool darkness of the night.
I'm going to the movies. You want to come along?
Sure.
Son,
What do you want, Dad?
I know you're infatuated with this mortal girl right now.
You don't know anything about it.
It's something we all do, but you're seriously not considering marrying her, are you? I mean, like, what happens if she gets old? She's gonna be gross and wrinkly, and you're gonna be young forever. That's not like people, boy.
Well, I'm not a god either, am I? I'm just a demigod.
You're still gonna live for 1,000 years. Take a page out of Zeus's book, find a mortal girl, have a little fun, and then leave. You can't fall in love with mortals. I forbid it.
This is so unfair. What are you gonna do about it?
I'm the god of the sun, right? Let's say you're walking to the store and what's her face?
Eurydice?
Your idiocy?
Beautiful.
Anyways, you're walking to the store with the idiot girl and looks up at the sky and oh no, the sun just drops on her face. 1 second she's a beautiful girl standing there, the other second she's a smoldering hole in the ground. What do you feel about that?
I love her, Dad. Can't you just understand that?
Your brother.
This is so unfair.
Unfair? This is unfair? When my dad was 3 days old, he got eaten by his own father. He spent the first 900 years of his life digesting stomach acid. I could tie you up to a rock and have the birds eat your liver every day. So do not call me unfair, and don't ever talk back to me.
Hey, Orpheus.
When springtime comes and
Hold up. My dad says we can't go out anymore.
what? Why?
Apparently he had this dream where the sun ate our house, and he took that as a bad sign, so we're gonna have to break up.
No, you can't do this.
I'm sorry, we're just so different.
No, I love you.
I have to go, Orphe.
No.
So he did what any immensely poetical guy would do.
Oh, Orpheus, if only you knew that I really do love you. If only. I love you.
I love you.
Who cares what our parents say?
Let's get married right here.
Sweet. And so they were married. And as Eurydice went to cut the cake, a snake bit, and she died.
Oh no! Are you kidding me? We were married for 3 minutes and she just dies? The heck?
Sheesh, sorry, kid. Pull the others. Let's go find some things.
You did this, didn't you, Dad?
I'm the god of the sun, not the god of snakes. I can't help it if she has bad luck.
I still love her.
Can't let the dead go.
You want to bet?
So Orpheus came up with a plan.
I'll just go down to Hades and get her. Simple.
I don't think I approve of your life choices right now.
Yeah, when have you ever approved of anything I've ever done?
Right, you know you're not immortal, right?
Yeah, I'm aware, Dad.
I heard you a second ago about going down to Hades. Bad people down there. Hear me out, alright? You can wear all black, and you can write depressing poetry, and you can be emo and everything, but you can't go down to Hades. I have to draw the line somewhere. I forbid it.
Going whether you like it or not.
So Orpheus went down to Hades.
Where is Hades, by the way?
Oh, if you head down the highway a ways, there should be a Wendy's. Behind the Wendy's is the dumpster, and if you jump in the dumpster, there should be like a bucket of fry grease. Just hop in that and you'll be in the underworld.
Alright, sounds good.
His first encounter was the boatman Charon.
Hi, funny story. I'm looking for my girlfriend. Can I just, go through? I mean, what about a good undead love story? Don't you just love a good, undead love story?
Not jail pass.
All right. What if I played you a song I wrote about? We're awake and you're deceiving. Apollo took her away from me. We're awake and you're deceiving. Hades took her down to Hades.
And the song that he played was so beautiful and so sad that all of Hades stopped for a moment. Charon stopped rowing. Sisyphus stopped pushing a rock up a hill. The birds stopped pecking out Prometheus' liver.
Thanks.
Everything fell in love with him right there. The stones, the rocks, everything.
Hey, kid, that's some sounds you got there.
Who are you?
I'm your Uncle Hades.
Sheesh.
Look, I want to sign you to a record. We're gonna have a triple plantation battle. I got this kid down here. His name's Elvis. Ain't nothing compared to me. Pick number one, young shot.
I just want my girlfriend back.
That's what that's. Young love. Nobody leaves the other world out.
well, then no record deal.
Oh, come on, kid. Tell you what. I'll introduce you to some fans down here. These are the theories. Girls? Girls! 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 Chill out! Sorry. You're a sweet kid. I'll let you be ready to go back to the world of living. And I don't just do that for nobody. Okay? So, she's gonna walk right behind you. You both can walk back here. Back at each other. You both live. You look back at her though. I'm gonna teach you forever, and you get handed over to fans over there.
We love you. But we still love you.
Alright. Oh, sweet cheeks, you took us out here. Alright, you two crazy kids get out of here. Nice.
So what have you been up to?
There's a lot of daytime TV down here, actually. It's pretty horrible.
I mean, that doesn't sound so bad.
Thanks for coming and getting me.
Yeah, no problem.
Whoops.
No!
The sea was torn from his grasp, and the Furies descended upon him. And they fought over him so much that they tore him into little pieces, and he died. The end. Spirit descended back down into Hades, where he met up with the girl that he loved.
Now we're both dead.
And they lived happily ever after. I mean, they didn't live, they were, spirits and everything. They were spirits in love for eternity. And Hades didn't let anyone torture them because Orpheus wrote some songs for Led Zeppelin. The end. And that was the very first emo love story. Chapter 12. Iliad!
Iliad! Iliad!
Now, no study of Greek mythology is complete without looking at epic poetry.
Oh man, epic poetry? Jeez. Can we just wing this part?
No, we are going to do this right.
Hold on one sec.
Stop it. You're not going to Wikipedia for this one.
Hey, shh. We're just gonna cut and paste the suckers. Stall for time.
Okay, so the epic is a form of poetry. And it combines the heroic and they're usually pretty long. And so this portion, we will be portraying the Iliad.
Seriously, the Iliad? Oh.
You've actually heard of it?
Yeah, it's only like the greatest epic poem of all time. I read it every night.
I mean, I wouldn't exactly call it the greatest.
Oh, well, no one's asking you. Oh, the Iliad rocks, man.
I mean, I find it kind of dull.
Oh, what? It's like a party for your brain. Oh, the Iliad! The Iliad! Yes! 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 Iliad! 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 Yes! 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 Iliad! Iliad! I love the Iliad so much. It's so good. Oh.
The Iliad is an epic poem that was composed by Homer.
Oh, Homer! Yeah, my boy Homer! Whoa!
By Homer sometime around 700 BC. It was the first work he completed, and as a result, it's a little...
Iliad! Iliad.
Immature. The Iliad is 8,674 lines long, and of those, about 7,922 describe someone being killed.
Yes! Oh, yes! Oh, war! Death! Oh, 2, 4, 6, 8, death! Death! Death is great! So great.
Okay, could you just stop that for one moment? I don't like the Iliad. It's like its target audience is 8-year-old boys.
So?
I prefer stories with narrative complexity and application to our daily lives.
See, I prefer stories that aren't boring.
Well, since we can't look at the Iliad without a history of the Trojan War, we are going to present it as if it were performed by its target audience of 8-year-old boys. So, why was there a war, you ask?
Who cares?
I care, darn it, and I'm gonna explain it.
Now you're dead.
You can't kill me.
Now you're dead again.
I'm not dead. I'm here to provide context.
Cheater. Rule check. She said she's not dead. Did she stab you?
Yeah,
Then you're
but
dead. I told you were dead.
you
I
can't.
just stabbed you again. Now you're triple dead.
There is no such thing as triple dead.
Actually, there is. It means you've been stabbed 3 times. Don't worry. You can go back to life in like 2 minutes.
Good luck telling this story, then.
Why are you still talking?
Fine. I'm dead.
Yay! You're dead.
The last time it's Greek, not geeks. That's it, this is war.
Say hello to my little friend.
There were no timeouts. There were no timeouts.
We Greeks have a bit beyond your machine civilization.
Oh, come on. Fine, put the machine gun away.
Fine, I still get my robot.
No robots either.
Then I'm going home.
You can't leave, we need you.
I didn't even want this stupid war anyway. And I'm not gonna go stand around.
Come on, down the weapon. Fine.
So, the war was not going well for the Greeks. They appealed to their great hero, Achilles. Now, Achilles had been dipped in the river Styx as an infant, so he was invulnerable to harm.
I hate you. You're dead.
Shield.
I hate you back.
Shield.
I hate you again. You're dead.
Shield. Bam. You're dead. Bam. You're dead. Bam. You're dead. Bam. You're dead. Ow. Bam. You're dead. Bam. You're dead. Bam. You're dead. Ow. Bam. You're dead. Bam. You're dead. Bam. You're dead. Bam. Dead. Bam. You're dead.
Achilles fought his way through the entire Trojan army until he was at last confronted by their greatest hero, Hector.
Hello. My name is Hector. You killed all my friends. Prepare to die. I said hello. My name is Hector. You killed all my friends. Prepare to die. I said hello. My name is Hector. You killed all my friends. Prepare to die. I said hello! My name is Hector! You killed all my friends! Oh, prepare to die!
Why are you smiling?
Because I know something you don't.
What's that?
I'm not left-handed. Why are you smiling?
Because I do know something you don't know.
What's that?
I'm completely invulnerable. See, look. Didn't even hurt. I can't even feel it. Oh no, don't hurt me, Hector. Don't hit me in the head with your rock. Oh, I just hit my head and it didn't even hurt. I didn't even look at the guy who killed him. Oh no, what am I going to do about big, bad Hector? Maybe I'll just stab him.
It's not fair.
I guess we all can't have mothers who love us enough to dip us in the river of Styx and make us invulnerable. Take the big L. No. I have no weaknesses.
No, he did, and he didn't want anyone to know about it. His Achilles heel, if you will. Okay, quick side note. Does anyone else find it weird that USC named their mascot after a group of people who were slaughtered and, had their city razed to the ground?
Here we go, Trojans! Here we go! Don't you kill, Trojans! Don't you kill! We need to find him somehow. He must have an Achilles heel. Maybe we'll look. Trojans, go! Trojans, go, Trojans!
Shield.
What? You can have a shield?
My mom was supposed to be able to protect it too. I was also going to use the ripsticks.
Okay, that's not fair. And vulnerability's my thing. Can't just copy it.
But just then, one of the Trojans managed to get in a lucky shot.
My Achilles heel.
So that's why they call it that.
And the blow to his heel was so mighty that it killed him.
I'm dead in a completely invulnerable and yet ironic way. Who could have possibly foreseen this?
Hey, Trojans! That's from an enlightenment topic based on the principles of equality and freedom of expression.
To give you the proper context behind this massive war. Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't all wars start with a beauty contest? And the answer is yes. World War I started because of a beauty contest between the Archduke, Franz Ferdinand, and the Pope. Little known fact. During the bathing suit portion of that competition, someone killed the Archduke, and the war started. But, in this case, the contest was between three goddesses. Aphrodite, goddess of love and beauty. Hera, angry wife of Zeus.
I am so much more than that.
So whatever. Athena, goddess of wisdom and war too, just for fun. These three goddesses appeared before a young shepherd named Paris.
I'm just walking around, counting my sheep. 1 sheep. 2 sheep. 3 sheep. 4 sheep. 5 sheep.
Greetings, mortal.
Wow, holy goddesses.
Who's the fairest one of all?
Pick me.
Welcome everyone to the Miss Olympus pageant! There she is, Miss Olympus goddess, walking down the runway in her goddess's dress.
I'm just a shepherd.
That's right, Paris. And today you'll be answering the angel question. Which goddess is the most beautiful? Get the answer right, and you'll be rewarded. Get the answer wrong, and you'll be tormented for all eternity with your intestines sucked from your body and feasted upon by giant birds. Just remember, no matter what you do, 2 out of these 3 goddesses will hate you. I'm glad I'm not you.
Can I get out of this, maybe?
Not a chance! Now we're ready for the talent portion of the competition! First up, Athena, who will demonstrate what she'll do to you if you don't pick her.
For my talent, I'm gonna take this pumpkin, which represents your head, and I'm gonna smash it into 1,000 pieces! Ah,
Wow! That island! And the middle got the goddess award for nothing. I would hate to make her mad. And next up we have Hera, the mother goddess. What talent do you have, Hera?
I don't need a talent, worm.
Of course you don't. Boy, you have a lot of authority. Oh my god, I'm about to wet myself. And finally, Aphrodite, goddess of love.
My talent is I can make any woman fall madly in
including you? Not including me.
What about Hera?
Not including Hera, nor Athena.
What about mermaids?
Sure, fine, whatever, you can love a mermaid.
Okay, surely not what the sponsors intended. Now we come to the final round of the competition. The interview. None of these goddesses have any prior knowledge of the question. First up, Aphrodite. Okay, Aphrodite. If you are chosen as Miss Olympus, how will you use your crown to make the world a better place?
If I'm chosen as Miss Olympus, the world is going to become a paradise filled with fluffy bunnies, and these bunnies, they're going to know how to talk and also serve drinks. And they're not going to be any just drinks. They're going to be the most tastiest, most succulent drinks ever imaginable. I will also eliminate back hair. Hi, Mom, I love ya.
Okay, interesting answer. And next up, Athena, goddess of war.
Instead of answering what I'll do if I am crowned, I'm gonna answer what's gonna happen if I'm not crowned. Imagine a nightmare world so horrible that if I were to even speak one syllable of the fate in store for you, your flesh would melt off, exposing your bones. Each bone would splinter into 1,000 pieces, igniting into a flame of evil so incomprehensible your memory would be erased from the existence of the universe, and there would be lots of back hair. Hi, Mom.
Okay, so horrible doom if you don't pick Athena. An interesting argument. And finally, Hera, queen of the gods.
Thank you, B. I will gladly answer that
I
question.
haven't asked a question yet.
Don't contradict me. If I am chosen as Miss Olympus, there will be many brownies. Many brownies. Made from scratch with love and care because I am the mother goddess as well as the queen goddess. I will also make sure that you wear your seatbelt and carry an umbrella with you. Thank you.
Well, what do you think, Paris?
They're all equally beautiful.
Don't you just wish that could be the answer? But it can't. So let's bring our finalists out here.
The second runner-up is Hera.
Woo! Okay, if the winner of Miss Olympus is unable to fulfill her duties, the first runner-up will take the crown.
The first runner-up is Athena.
That means Aphrodite is Miss Olympus!
I'd like to thank my mom. I'd like to thank the children that made this possible. I'd like to thank my dad.
That's certainly not a good sign, but as a bonus, any girl you want will fall in love with you. But will probably be doomed too. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank my family for this wonderful opportunity and to add that you are doomed. Thank you.
So, Paris chose Aphrodite, which was not a good choice.
Then who should I have chosen then?
Well, a good answer would have been, I love you all equally.
I tried that. They didn't let me.
Well, as an alternative, you could have killed yourself, but they probably would have followed you into Hades and made you choose there. Anyway, Paris could make any mortal girl fall in love with him. And he was walking along one day when he saw the most beautiful girl imaginable, Helen. She was so beautiful, in fact, when he first saw her, he fainted. And then he got up. When he saw her again, he fainted again. And when he got up and saw her the third time, he spoke to her.
What's up?
And she fainted.
You're pretty.
So are you.
I know. Let's run away together.
Okay. Wait, I'm forgetting something. Oh well, it must not be important.
What she had forgotten was that she was married to the king. Small point. Anyway, the king's name was Menelaus, and his advisor was a girl named Trisha.
What is an almost trust advisor, Trisha?
So
So, like, you know Sarah Banks, and you know how I, like, hate her, right? Well, she doesn't know I hate her. I'm one of her top friends on Snapchat. So, she saw this chick named Gabriella, and Gabriella told Sarah to tell me that this guy from Troy likes Helen. And I think that's just not cool because you just don't like another guy's wife.
I trust Helen.
Right, of course. But you shouldn't, because she already left with him.
What?
I know.
What do you mean?
Isn't that nasty?
What do you mean Helen left with him?
She totally just dumped you. I'm sorry.
Nobody dumps me. I'm the king.
That's right, you're the king. I know that. Well, I was just agreeing with you. But you know, if you really want to get back at her, you should like totally go out with someone new, like me.
No thanks. Is there anything I can do besides that?
Well, this guy from Troy like totally dissed you, right? So you can't just let him come in and steal your girlfriend.
Right.
So if it were me, I would raise a gigantic army, then go to his house and kill everyone inside. But that's just me.
That is exactly what we'll do.
Thus began the Trojan War, the most logical war in history. Seriously, it broke down like this.
Paris, you stole my wife. I'm gonna kill everyone in the same country as you.
Tough. We're in love.
Touch my wife! Where's my socks?
Did you check the bottom drawer of your dresser?
Hold up.
So, Menelaus went, he got a bunch of his friends together, and they decided to...
They weren't there.
Well, I don't know where they are then.
What's for dinner?
I'm not cooking dinner anymore. I'm going out with parents.
This is war.
And now it's time for war! What are you guys doing?
I thought this was a musical.
I'm sorry, this is the Trojan War. This is not a musical, this is manly stuff.
When you're a Greek all the way from your first year sandwich to your last dying day. When you're a Greek, you're the king of the hill with a spear and a sword for a mighty quick kill.
No dancing, that's not
And
allowed.
when the fighting is done, it's time for TV. Cause when you're a Greek, you're a capital T.
No.
We like strutting around and doing a dance with the top Greek soldiers in mighty tight pants.
Please stop. No.
We are the Trojans, we're clean and we're cool. We like to do yoga and follow the rules. We like to wear headphones and listen to Cher. Don't mess us with boys.
Okay, nope. That's it. This is not how the Trojan War went.
Actually, if you look at the documents from the
No. I know we have a limited number of actors, but if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right.
That is why we are going to scale the battle down with these little green army men.
Oh, that's actually a pretty good idea.
Okay, so you have the green ones, those will be the Greeks, and I have the tan ones, and these will be the Trojans. Okay, so the Trojans are holed up in their city, and they're going a little crazy. I'm going crazy! I'm going crazy too! I want a burger!
And the Greeks are over here, and they're going crazy too. Oh, me loco, me so crazy. Ah. And every once in a while, a guy would just get tired of waiting. He would just,
Stop that.
Achilles, when he got mad, killed this many people. Oh. Ooh.
Etc.
And he was killing people until, he died.
And then the Trojans fought back and killed this!
No, we don't like you anymore. Please stop killing us. No, blah, blah, we're dead, etc.
So, they were roughly even. And the Greeks waited. Stop it.
I'm sorry, they were tired of waiting.
So they waited some more. Cut it out!
They're just getting crazy. We're so crazy.
And then there was Odysseus. And Odysseus was smart. Too smart. Actually, no, he was plenty smart. Whatever. Anyways, and he came up with a plan.
All right, men, listen up. I got a plan. No, I hate you. Die. I'm in charge here. So, what's your plan? Oh, hey, we've come up with a plan after 10 years of being at war. That's just dumb. I say we go home and stuff. Oh, no. We're not cutting and running, all right. Now, while I'm in charge, we build a giant hippopotamus. What's that? It's like a big ugly thing that sits on the water.
Like your mom?
Such a good joke. Shut up! We build a giant hippopotamus and we say we're giving it to the Trojans as a gift. And then when they roll it into their city, we're all sitting inside it and we jump out and we kill them all. I'm not getting in a hippo. That sounds dumb. I say we face them on the field of battle and engage them in a fair fight. Oh, that's also funny.
So they built a giant hippopotamus.
What the heck is that thing?
It's a giant hippo.
Why?
We're giving it to you as a gift.
We don't want it.
Well, we're just gonna leave it here then.
We're gonna set it on fire!
No. And so many Greeks perished inside the Trojan horse. Or wait, is that the horse? No, that's the hippo. So many Greeks perished inside the Trojan hippo. So they built a second, more impressive gift. The Trojan fish. But then, many more Greeks perished inside the Trojan fish. So finally, they came up with the perfect gift.
Hey, what are you doing here?
They came up.
Hey guys, you're giving up! Yay, let's have a party! Woohoo! Yeah, that's awesome! I can finally go home and eat a burger! Woo! Yeah!
Well, to prove we're giving up and going home, we're going to leave you this giant wooden horse. But there are a few ground rules with taking care of the horse. You don't just get to keep it if you're not going to take care of it. First, you can't set it on fire. Second, you can't stab it with swords.
That's what I do with all my pets.
That's weird. Third, you can't, listen in on it or anything, because if there's any, people moving around or, noises inside it, then that's normal, because most horses have complicated digestive systems, even wooden ones. So just ignore that. Anyway, I'm gonna hide somewhere.
So the Greeks hid inside the horse. And as the Trojans partied that night, YMCA, it's fun to say the YMCA. Yeah!
The Greeks snuck out of the horse and they were like, ooh-wee-ah, da-da-da-da-da. And this guy was passed out and they were like, stab, 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 stab. Whoa. And then this guy got punted into the wings. And then these guys all jumped off the city walls. And the Trojans were like, no, they were in the horse. Why didn't we see this? It's so ironic. They were in the horse. No, help us. Please, help us. And the Greeks were like, stop, stop, stop. Smash, smash, smash. Stop, stop, stop. Help us. I'll fight you. I'll fight you. Even though I'm going to die, I'll fight you. And then Paris and Helen were up in the tower. And Paris was like, baby, this is the end. And Helen was like, I know. And Paris was like, okay, well, there's just one thing I want you to know before we die. You are my fire, one desire. Believe when I say I want it that way. But we are two worlds apart. Can't reach to your heart when you say I want it that way. Tell me why it ain't nothing but a heartache.
Stop! I thought you said this wasn't a musical.
I thought you said this wasn't a musical. Anyway, where's my Millennium Falcon? Then a bird came down. Ooh, it was the Millennium Falcon. Ooh, and there were aliens everywhere. And they were like, let's nuke the whole place. I have a bad feeling about this. I have the high ground, Anakin. And then these guys all mutated into zombies. They're like, brains, and gyros. Brains and gyros and brains and gyros. These guys are like, no. It's not pronounced gyro, it's pronounced hero. Oh, shut up. And then this guy was like, no. And then a flood came. And then Hey, just got lost in the fog of war there.
A little bit, yeah. So,
Paris. Menelaus.
Helen. Menelaus.
Trisha.
Paris. Helen. Oh wait, my name.
Ready?
You wanna fight?
it was a ferocious battle.
Stop it.
Thousands of men had lost their lives. It came down to this. The gods were watching. Aphrodite ruled for Paris. Athena and Hera cheered on Menelaus. Until finally,
Die already.
I'm dead.
Menelaus, I know that I'm your trusted advisor, but I love you. And I know your wife is really pretty.
Thank you.
So what I was saying was, don't go back to that tramp.
I love you, homie.
I love you too, Menelaus.
Let's go.
She's been totally cheating on you for like 10 years. There's like 20,000 people dead outside. I'm sorry.
Still good enough for me. Let's go home. My kids are.
so Menelaus and Helen returned home, and they lived happily ever after.
Wow, I didn't think those two crazy kids were gonna make it.
True love.
Yeah.
Oh, and they also burned the entire city of Troy to the ground.
Is there anything true love can't do?
Nope.
Well, is there any way we could do like a, I don't know, slow motion montage to some stirring music or something?
I think we might just be able to manage that.
Yeah.
I'm the king of the world. Wait, no, I'm the king of Greece.
Isn't love beautiful? The end.